Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Hey, we're
We are
live. It's
live. We
Friday.
are live.
It's Friday afternoon.
I know. People missed it last week. So
Oh, we didn't do it last week? I can't
no, we didn't do it last week. I was out of town.
Oh,
Remember?
okay. Well, who are you again? Because I forget.
The Bo won the call when John Colderites lost, and I'm here live.
Yeah, look at that. Your camera looks so much better.
No, it doesn't. It
It
looks
really
the
does.
same. You just not in the mode of trying to talk bad about me today.
Anyway, moving right along. I'm Brent Leary. All right. We're back. It feels so good to be back.
It feels great to be back.
And I got something. You know what I got?
What you got?
I got a clip.
Oh Lord, we started right off with a clip.
Going old school. Got
All
a
right,
clip.
let's go. Let's go.
Want to see it? Here it go.
I'm Conway Gittins reporting from the New York Stock Exchange. Here's what we're watching on the street today. We're getting mixed signals from retailers as they face their most important time of the year, holiday shopping season. Target sounded the alarm saying consumers are still being picky and choosy about what they buy and what they're willing to pay. That is in stark contrast to Walmart, who said customers are spending more compared to the same time last year. Target's warning comes amid a terrible earnings update. Third quarter profits missed estimates by the biggest measure in 2 years. Sales were weaker than expected, even though the retailer has been slashing prices on thousands of products for months. The company's chief operating officer told investors people just aren't buying what they don't need and are still price conscious. Quote, "It's disappointing that a deceleration in discretionary demand combined with cost pressures have caused us to take our guidance back down after raising it last quarter." Target also has an inventory problem. It bought a lot of goods in anticipation of the port worker strike, but with that strike short-lived and shoppers dragging their feet, Target is now oversupplied. This likely means one thing for Target shoppers: even bigger holiday discounts as Target turns to deeper price cuts to save the holidays. And that'll do it for your daily briefing from the New York Stock Exchange. I'm Conway Gittins with The Street.
Can I just say, I just appreciate Conway's pronunciation. He was really saying those words completely.
He definitely had very distinct diction.
He was pronunciating like a mug.
He was pronunciating his ass off.
Yeah, but what do you think of what he said?
That's crazy, man.
So Target is saying it's like doomsday.
It
Walmart
is.
is like Walmart is like, oh no, this is the days of wine and roses.
It sounds like it is. It sounds like for Target, it probably is. You know.
Let me throw up a graphic.
Yeah.
Another imagery. Let me get the full screen because I wanted to see, well, why is Walmart? And then I see there's another big payday for Walmart corporate employees is bonuses to reach 120% of base pay.
Wow.
That don't sound like bad news over there at Walmart. Let's look at this here. Walmart's U.S. based corporate employees will be receiving another generous bonus this year. Let me start pronunciating like Clarence. The company's strong sales and soaring stock price results in bonuses of as much as 120%. And then check out this. This is probably why it's like terrible over at Target. Walmart shares have outperformed rivals with a 70% gain this year, compared to a 30% gain for Amazon and a negative 12% loss for Target. Yeah. So this is almost sort of like, are you into Charles Dickens at all?
No.
A Tale of Two Cities. There was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It seems like over at Walmart, hey, it's pretty much the best of times. Target, not so much. Which one is the better indicator for the holiday shopping season?
Of those two or of all three?
Well, they were really highlighting Target and Walmart. So I'm
right,
Amazon.
Walmart.
So you're expecting to be a pretty decent holiday shopping season.
You know what? If I'm trying to think, when was the last time the holiday shopping season was a disappointment?
What did last year? It didn't go up that much. Like people were expecting more,
but it still went up.
Yeah, it went up, but not as much as people were expecting.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be any different. I think certain things are in the rear view, you know. Uh the economic signs are pretty hot. Um America got what they wanted for presidency, and I think we're going to have a decent holiday season. That's what I think. Toast to a good holiday season. I need that shit.
So this is basically Target flamed out, and they're not a gauge for anything other than them flaming out.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think the biggest talking point in that was that Target was sitting on a lot of inventory.
It looked like they stocked up though.
Right, but they overstocked because they thought there was going to be a strike.
Oh, you think that's why they did all that?
That's what he said in the story. That's what made me go, oh, damn. It's like they overstocked thinking that there was going to be a long-term strike. So they got a lot of their orders in, and now they got shelves full of inventory.
Now I wonder if everybody else was going through that strike situation.
Or thinking about that strike situation.
Yeah. So are they the only ones that
Target?
overstocked, or did others do the same, but they're just better situated for handling the? I don't know. It feels like this is all on Target and not a industry indicator. At least
I think so. And if it is, it would be probably partially because of how much time, effort, and money Walmart has spent challenging
Amazon.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, and I'm thinking Target doesn't have that same infrastructure when it comes to e-commerce that Walmart and Amazon have.
Yeah, you got to wonder if, like you said, because of all the years of chasing Amazon, has better positioned Walmart than its traditional competitors. Like, I don't hear much at all about Costco or Target, Kohl's.
No.
I mean, damn. I
don't
see
even
them.
Hear about Kohl's anymore.
I have a Kohl's credit card still.
Yeah.
I haven't used it in years.
Here's the thing. If you think about this, man, is that and we've talked about this long ago, right? That we were always saying that we were amazed at how fast Amazon was growing, right? And we always said that Walmart should have been better positioned to actually take on Amazon, and they weren't. They just weren't. What I'm seeing and what I'm feeling now is that,
now they are.
Yeah, they've gotten their legs under them. Their infrastructure, in my opinion, is better than Amazon, right?
Really?
And
really?
Yeah, because they're in everybody's neighborhood. I can't walk into an Amazon store still.
Well, that's true. But remember, I guess maybe it was years ago where we were saying that the way that Walmart was set up for the last mile was not the way that they were really set up.
Right. But now they are.
Okay. All right.
Now they are,
because I don't think I've ever ordered anything online from Walmart.
Bro, if you are not a Walmart Plus member, is that what it is? Walmart
Plus?
Yeah.
Is that the $90 a year or something like that?
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's one of the best deals out there.
Really?
Because you get Paramount Plus with it.
Oh, right? You do? Okay.
Yes.
That's a good arbitrage right there for that.
Right. Then you get grocery delivery. Whereas Amazon has not really been all that successful with their grocery part.
And they've tried to.
They've tried, right? But Walmart got that, and now that's the big tipping point for Walmart.
Uh-oh.
The battery just died.
I knew it was too good to be true. You were looking good. You were sounding good.
I don't know what happened there, but that's
why don't you don't you have a charger or something or a battery?
You know what? I don't know why it does that, but I'm coming back in.
All right, he's coming back, folks. By the way, we say hello to MD Saddam Hussein. He's saying hi, John.
Hey, what's up?
Did I just butcher his name, by the way?
MD?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. But hey. Well, that's crazy, man. My settings won't let this thing come back on. Oh, I gotta turn it
There
on.
you are. Now you're on another camera.
Yeah. I'm on my
Okay.
old camera.
It's like a different side there.
Yeah. But
Not that it matters because both of your sides are.
are great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I don't have a bad side.
Yeah. Okay. Keep telling yourself that.
All right. So, but you know what I'm saying? Walmart plus you get that plus you get grocery delivery
That's a good deal for $90 a
for
year.
$90. Yeah. And then the grocery delivery, I think you might have to buy $25 worth. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
To get the free.
to get the free delivery. But I mean,
That's like 3 items today.
right. And the deal is that has fueled their ability to be a competitor to same day, next day delivery with Walmart. I mean, with Amazon. So now Walmart is better positioned, in my opinion.
So that is the biggest separator between Walmart and its traditional competitors. I don't think any of those folks have done.
Target can't do that.
Not only Target, Kohl's,
or any of those.
Is JCPenney still around?
Oh my God! Come on!
I know Sears is out.
Yeah, they're all at the mall.
Remember
all the mall shoppers.
Remember when we used to do this on location, and we did it outside of a Sears that one time?
Oh my gosh, that was so sad.
Yeah, because it was in dire straits back then.
That was so sad. I felt so bad for them.
Yeah, it was a pretty.
I do remember that. That's crazy.
Hey, Gladys. Hello.
Hey, Gladys. Thank you, Gladys.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
That ain't bad. That's my old school. You can't talk bad about
I know,
Gladys.
but she just stopped by to send John. Oh, well, you know what? I completely understand that.
Yeah, she's just
completely understand it. I am not going to say anything negative on that stuff.
There you go.
All right. But it's good to see you, Gladys, even if you don't care about seeing me. Anyway, so you're what about for small business? What about for online and small retailers? Do you think this is going to be a good one?
I think so. Because I do feel that Small Business Saturday will be a good one for small.
Is that tomorrow?
Retailers. No, that's the day after.
Oh, it's after Thanksgiving. That's right. Okay.
Yep. I think that's going to be a good day. I think people are going to be giving you hugs to you. Thank you, Sandra. Love you. We need a chat. But I think, it's going to be a big, we'll see, man. You know what? Here's the one thing, which I don't know if anybody's talking about, but you did notice that Black Friday for Walmart started on the 11th.
I mean, I've been getting Black Friday deals since last week. Yeah, you're right.
Right. That's huge. And they didn't call it pre-Black Friday, right?
Pre-Black Friday.
You know what I'm saying? Before
they said Black Friday.
Right, exactly. And I put a post out in one of my business groups. I'm like, look at this, guys. Walmart is calling it now Black Friday starting on the 11th. That's different than because before it used to be pre-Black Friday or early doorbuster sales, all of that. And it's like, that's not anymore. Now the actual holiday shopping season started on the 11th with sales going all the way through.
Why do you think that happened this year?
Because I think one of the things is they recognize that Amazon does their drop a little bit in October, right? So I think they're like, look, we're going to get out in front of this whole thing too, and we're going to start Black Friday from the 11th through the 17th. That was crazy. That's crazy. And the fact that they just hijacked the name, that's the big part for me, is that they said, no, this is our Black Friday sale.
I mean, it's easier to hijack than to try to create a whole new name on its own, right? I mean, not everybody has the ability.
Which they all tried to do before.
Oh, remember they also tried to hijack Prime Day. Remember they would all be doing deals around there.
Right. So instead of going through all that rigmarole, which has not worked in the past, they're just like, you know what? We're going to start Black Friday 2 weeks early. And I think it's probably worked. I think it's
It'll be
probably
interesting to
worked.
see. It'll be interesting to see.
I think
But
it
what does
will
that
be.
do to the actual day then? I mean, because that used to be a big thing, you know.
Yeah. And actually, well, you never know what they're going to do on Black Friday.
You think
They
they pull out
might
all the stops
still,
on that day, or
they always have. I mean, one tradition for them is that they've always had this big doorbuster
yeah, people
TV.
running crazy into the
Well,
store?
not. I mean, that's kind of been a little bit tampered, but they still have this great TV special,
Yeah.
an appliance special in store that you got to go get on Black Friday. Will they see those kind of numbers still? It'll be interesting.
What about like it used to be like people used to go there to get the best toys? I
Mm.
guess they don't have to do any of that stuff anymore, right?
I think, if you're a toy person, if you're a gift person, I think at this point, Black Friday was the start of the season. I think it's going to be almost the end of the season now.
What about Cyber Monday and
I mean,
Green
all that
Tuesday and
Black
I don't
Friday
give a
to
damn
Cyber Monday.
Thursday, you know, all that kind of stuff.
I think the whole weekend from Black Friday to Cyber Monday will be more of the end of the holiday shopping season.
So is that gonna
That's going to change everything if that comes to pass.
yeah,
Wow.
because it's gonna be harder to do apples to apples this year then because if deals are started so early,
Yep.
it could make it look like it did a lot happened on Black Thursday or I mean Black Friday.
Yep.
But in reality, if you aggregate everything that happened when these sales first started 2 weeks ago
For
to
Black Friday.
yeah, then it might actually end up being more. It's just so weird.
And then Amazon has already taken money off the table in October for their Prime Day.
So really, things really start with Amazon's Prime Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
The holiday season is officially like from mid-October till the end of the year.
Right. And so the deal is you're just not going to have the same numbers probably between Black Friday and Christmas that you used to have because people are spending starting in early October for Christmas.
It makes it hard to really know who is right. Is it if the numbers come in lighter than last year, but last year we weren't starting so early, how do you know
You're going to have to, well, you're going to have to wait till the January numbers come out.
So then you have to just wait till the overall
retail numbers for the fourth quarter.
Yes.
That's what we'll probably have to do.
I guess so, because you can't do apples to apples.
Yep. We can't do apples to apples. Sorry about that. My phone's ringing.
Oh, I was just thinking. I mean, but going back to how does this impact smaller retailers? Is it better that this is an extended season of sorts, or does it matter at all, or is it worse? Does these big companies doing this getting the jump? Because I'm guessing they're getting the jump on the little guys. Does that take money away from the little guys because the big guys are already doing the discount stuff?
I think it'll be interesting to see what people are saying. It'll be interesting to see what people are saying. I don't know, and I have to do some checks on, what people are feeling on the marketplaces. It's like, is Amazon seeing a big, Amazon third-party sellers, are they seeing big numbers going into this Black Friday already? That would be interesting to know. And that would be a good sign that people are spending early.
I mean, are you guys still like doing that stuff? Like,
yeah, we do, but I mean, we sold a big portion of the business earlier this year, so we don't have the bellwether, signals and indications that we used to have. We've had some great days, don't get me wrong, but also a lot of the products we sell are cold weather products. So as the seasons change, we see those products go up anyway.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. It's going to be weird. But I know people that do toys and games. Those would be some great people to talk to and see how their numbers are looking. But I
Here's
think overall the season has been stretched.
it kind of brings up this I don't have it right in front of me, but I was reading this earlier. I'm always interested in how people are looking at the economy and all that kind of stuff. Um, and this is, I think, is kind of along the lines of how it traditionally is, but maybe a little bit more out of sync. But it was like they pulled a whole bunch of small business folks, US based,
Hmm.
and they asked them, that age old question: how do you feel about the overall economy, and then how do you feel about your own particular situation? And when they asked about the overall economy, it's like 34% said it was good, like it was in a good place.
Mm-hmm.
But when they asked specifically about their position in the economy and how they feel about their prospects,
Mm-hmm.
70%. Why is that such a big disconnect?
So 70% said it was good.
70% said their own personal economy situation is in good shape.
But their business is 30% in good.
No, but the overall, how do they view the overall economy? And they say, oh, well, that's only 30% said it. So why is it that more than twice the people think that although the economy is not good, their situation is really good? How come they don't track more closely together?
Because we're in an election year.
Well, I mean, we're past the election. I think this is like
but we're not that far past it.
But I think even generally speaking, it always seems to be a case. It's almost sort of like when they ask people, what do they feel about Congress? And they're like, oh, I hate it. And then they ask them, what do you think about your own congressperson? Oh, I like that person. It's the same thing. But why is that we seem to like things that are specific to us, but when we talk in terms of generalities, we don't like it? I don't get that. I mean, I think the economy has been in a pretty decent situation for a while. I'm not saying it's great. And I don't know when the last time I said, oh, this is just smoking. I can't even remember ever saying that. But unless there's like serious recession vibes or we did have serious inflation for a while. But
still do.
Well,
it's just not going up anymore.
It started to come down actually, but I get it. People are still saying, we're still paying so much for eggs.
Yep.
I mean, but those are the same people that say, "Oh, I'm in a great position. I like it's almost sort of like when they think it's in their hands.
All business owners.
Well, I think when they feel like they have more of a say in what they do, so maybe that gives them the ability to say, I feel better about my personal situation, even though they're operating in the same,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you're an entrepreneur, you have way more levers that you can pull to make your situation better, right? We can raise our prices. We can go into different product areas. We can make more offers. There's a lot of things you can do to get your situation under control, as long as people are spending, right? So
people have been spending through this whole thing.
Exactly. See, so as long as people are spending, then if you're a small business owner, you should have that feeling that your personal is doing well because people are still spending. But at the same time, you're hearing the stories from your customers and the general public that seem like they're not doing as well as you are.
Well, we are glad to see Barbara here.
Happy Thanksgiving week.
Barb, What was her nickname? We called her something.
What do we call her? That's funny.
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I remember it was something Barb or I don't know.
Bundle and Barb.
Bundle and Barb. That's it. Bundle and Barb.
Yes, it's
All
Bundle
right.
and Barb.
Good to see you, Bundle. BB.
You have to understand, Brent is the one that will make up a nickname for everybody.
Except me. I don't do that.
Whatever.
Let's get into all right. Any more you want to say about this? Because
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad to see it. And I'm very hopeful. I'm putting my papers away, guys. I know.
he's
y'all are
hopeful.
like, I'm always doing stuff while we're on air.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Well,
It's so
I'm glad that you're hopeful.
Yeah, I am hopeful.
Anybody else
Sure.
out there who's selling
Anybody?
stuff?
Yeah, anybody
Let
out
us
there
know.
that's not hopeful.
Yeah, are
That's what
are
I'd
you
love to hear.
hopeful, or let us know, do you think it'll be a good holiday season for you if you're selling stuff?
Mm.
Let's see, Mr. Alan Berkson, what does he have to say? That's that shiny thing over
It's driving you
Cobra.
crazy too. It's driving me crazy as well.
What is it?
It is a award, and the deal is it's actually just sitting at the right. It's a glass award, and it's sitting just at the right angle to get the.
That shiny.
Anyway, I'm gonna go move it. Hold on.
All right, well we'll watch this. I don't know. Yeah. All right, now it's gone.
Is it off now?
Yep, it's off.
There you go. I've never seen it be at that angle before.
So it wasn't like a light, it was just something that was shining off of a light.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said, so that wasn't a light, it was just something reflecting off of a light.
Yeah. See, that's a little glass award.
Yeah.
And we had a thing where I took out one of these lights to do a photo shoot in the other room, and then we put the light back, and I'm guessing it was just at that one right angle to do that. So
Photo shoot.
it was driving me crazy too. So I'm glad you said something.
Alan, thanks you, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome, buddy.
All
Thank
right.
you.
I had something else here. Let's see. Can I get to this? This is right up your alley.
Oh, yay.
We're going, although
He's being so nice to me, y'all.
I thought the shopping thing was up your alley too, since that was how most people know you. All right, so let me do this and go to the full screen here. So it looks like OpenAI is considering launching its own browser to challenge Google. What do you make of this? What do you think of this? Is this big news, little news, any news whatsoever? Do you think it's just a bluff?
Honestly, ooh.
You know what? Can I tell you? Let me bring us back.
What you think?
Let me tell you why I think. Come on, let's go here. Let me tell you. I think this is terrible timing for them.
Okay.
Just when there's talk about breaking up Google and making Google Chrome its own kind of separate entity, the last thing I would be putting out for the public consumption is OpenAI bringing out a challenger to Chrome. I would let the government break them up first and then come out with one. Just my thoughts. Bad timing. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but man, I would have rather waited to see if the feds are going to break them up before putting it out there that we're going to build our own.
Man, I'm very bullish on OpenAI.
Yep.
And I believe they have done some really amazing rollouts and things. I'm almost going to say this is an overreach for them. I could see them doing the search thing.
But they got the search, right?
Right. I can see that. But a browser, and I can see, I understand what they're going to probably have some really great interfaces and things. But man, I just feel like this might be an overreach. They might get their asses handed to them in that area. I mean, just think of all the other browsers that have and come and gone that are great browsers and had great interactions. And I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling like, bro, y'all better just chill. And on top of that, what you just said really makes me go, man, y'all need to sit in the corner for a minute. But oh well. We'll see.
I think I don't know if sometimes they float this stuff out there just to see what people are going to say.
Yeah.
Because there's way more going into a browser than it is to some of this other stuff that they're doing. I mean, it goes well beyond.
Well,
stuff.
I mean, at some level too, if you think about it. I mean, they've got the AI to write the AI for the browser, or the programming for the browser. So before, you used to have all these programmers and stuff that have to put it together. Now you've actually got the tools to do that. So I don't know.
Philip says, first of all, hello, Philip. One of these days when John is back in Vegas, I'll see you. Been a very long time, old friend, and emphasis on the old for me.
Shut up.
That's a nice message.
Yeah, it is a nice message. But when he says old, it's probably been 50 years. So
are you kidding me? Really?
Not quite 50, but close.
Wow.
I mean, we were child. We used to run around.
Wow.
Elementary school friend.
That is a long time ago.
And I will probably be back in Vegas. It's looking like early first quarter.
2025. Okay.
Yeah. So I will definitely reach out.
That's cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. But man, that's some crazy. Who was reporting that?
Well, I get this thing called ground news. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but let's see. Yep, we knew each other as kids. Very cool. Very cool. Hope you guys have a good chance to reminisce, particularly since if you guys were in the same grade.
Oh, damn, Philip. I want to say he's younger than me. How old are you, Philip? What year were you born in?
I know you have a big birthday coming up, so I was
got
wondering
the big
you could celebrate together or something like that.
I got the big 6-0, and I ain't celebrating shit. I'm not doing anything for this one. At least I'm saying that now. He's 59. Okay, so yes, we're the same age. Wow.
All right, maybe you guys can get together and celebrate the big 6-0 together.
The big 6-0.
Yeah. But yeah, no, ground news, ground.news.
Okay. That's interesting. I haven't heard it anywhere else yet. So
yeah,
they got that.
I use this. You set up your profile and it feeds you the kind of stuff that you're interested in.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, this is a good one. First search now browsers. I have a suspicion that they're trying to do a lot in a little amount of time, maybe a little too much, like you were saying.
Yeah, I think that might be. I just don't see people. We're kind of comfortable with AI, but I don't know how comfortable people are if AI has all of the information of the things you search. Even though Google has that information,
Yeah, but
I've been in bed with Google for years.
Yeah,
and I'm not going to just trust somebody else with that data.
But see, when you say we're comfortable, I think you're just really talking about the folks in this bubble.
What do you
I
mean?
don't think the folks, because not everybody's in this tech bubble like we are. The people watching this, there are regular folks.
No.
Yeah, they don't live for this stuff. They live outside of this stuff, and I don't think they're all. A lot of people don't even know what the hell the AI stuff is to begin with. So I don't think they can be comfortable if they don't even know what the stuff is.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think we're a long ways from mainstream comfort levels with AI. Maybe we'll get there in the next couple of years. I don't know, but
good luck.
I think everybody hears about the very great stuff and the very bad stuff. And I think the very bad stuff trumps the very great stuff for a lot of people. Yeah.
Always. I mean, it's just, fear.
Yeah, fear. Exactly. Fear. And there's gonna be a lot of fear. Yeah.
It's a great motivator. So
I'll be interested in see. I think there's way more intricacies to creating a browser than it is to creating a search engine.
Yeah, I think there is too. I think there's a very different experience, but let's see what their experience brings.
Let's see what their experience brings.
Oh,
God. All right, let's talk a little bit about what we talked about earlier today.
What's that?
This whole blue sky thing.
Blue sky.
Wait a minute. Let's see what Gladys is saying. Get ready for AI to be your doctor.
Oh, I'm already ready.
I'm sure there's already doctors using this stuff.
I'm already ready. AI is way, way ahead of a lot of general practitioners, in my opinion. Yep.
I don't want AI leading the doctor right now. I still want a doctor who's in charge.
I want a doctor that will listen to the AI and use it.
Yeah,
Of course, there's always going to be the human in the loop. I want the doctor to be the human in the loop. Yes.
I see. I have a distinction even with the human in the loop thing, because for some things, the human in the loop is the assistant, whereas AI is the driver.
Yep.
I'm not ready for the AI to be the driver in a number of instances, and my health is one of them.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
Okay,
I'd be the opposite on that one.
So you're
I want the AI to come up with the understanding, and then the doctor to check the AI versus the AI checking.
That's fine, but see, it's the doctor that's the last. Is the last check.
Okay, yeah, I definitely want the doctor to be the last
and
check.
the one who makes the call.
Yeah, he would make the call.
Yeah, so that's fine with me.
But I might go see the AI first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the AI can ask me all the stupid questions and take my blood pressure and all that shit.
Yeah.
And my blood work, get all that done through
you
the
don't
AI.
really need a doctor.
You don't really need it. Exactly. How much time do we sit and waste waiting on the doctor to come in the room?
Yeah.
When AI could be doing all that stuff.
Well, the physician's assistant might have a issue with that, but I want more efficiency in my.
That's right.
No, 90%
accuracy. Yes. And docs have 74%. Already done. You know, that the doctor.
But what you want is both of them working together, not trying to run a race against each other.
Right.
Because the beauty is, all right, there's 74% here, there's 94%, there's a lot of overlap, and then there's some that is not. Work together, you get more stuff covered.
Yeah. Agreed.
Come together.
But get ready, man. Because not only that, just think of what that's going to do for healthcare prices.
So wait a minute. All right, back that up.
What you want to back up?
So you think just because it becomes more efficient for the doctors that they're going to pass that efficiency over to us?
Oh yeah, the cost of healthcare is finally going to be going down.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Okay.
Most people like to keep that margin.
Yeah, I know, but also at the same time, there is a whole cadre of technology people that their whole desire is to reduce the cost of healthcare. And I mean, it goes all the way back to what Amazon was started, a few years back, and I think now that we've got AI, it's going to be, I only need to see that doctor in certain circumstances. AI can answer and handle most of these other cases.
Yeah, theoretically, you're right.
Yeah, and I think that at some point it's just going to be cheaper.
They'll find another way to keep that damn price up. And they'll use AI to say, all right, since you took this from us, what are you going to give us, AI?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, because that's been a staple for many a years.
Yeah, and there's also, the trade-off is, how many people do we really want to put out of work?
All of them.
Now, what are you, Elon Musk, all of a sudden?
I don't think that'll happen.
All right, so let me get a little deeper then.
Oh.
Since I brought up the Doge.
The Doge.
So what is his plan? He wants to cut $2 trillion or something.
Okay.
Out of the budget or something like that.
Yeah, he will.
Well, and here's the issue I have with that. So that's a lot of government employees that are going to be put out the pasture, right? Do you know disproportionately how many black folks work at the government,
hmm
and a much bigger number.
I wonder what that number is, but no, I don't know what the number.
Well,
But
the,
yes,
the overall
is that the
population,
number
the overall population of black folks is like, I don't know, 14%, 13, 14%.
13, 14.
I think
okay.
it's well into the 20 percentage points of black folks with government jobs.
Mm.
So who does that hurt disproportionately more if this happens?
It hurts government workers disproportionately.
No, take it the next step.
Yeah, possibly.
So
Absolutely.
this is not going to be. And didn't he say something? Oh, there's going to be some hurt before it gets better. It ain't going to hurt him not a second.
Not one iota.
His net worth just went up to its highest of all time. I think he's worth $347 billion.
Oh, poor guy.
So when he's saying this is going to hurt, who is he saying that to?
It's going to hurt all of us at some point.
Disproportionately, it's going to hurt a certain segment of the population more.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's why some of this stuff, it sounds great, and maybe it is great, but we also got to remember the humanity involved in all this stuff too.
Hopefully that is going to be taken into account.
It's not by this.
Not until
what?
Not until it starts affecting their constituents.
Hey, Amber.
And
Good to see you.
I think I don't want to go there. I mean, I don't want to totally do racial politics.
Nah, let's kill it just there.
You want to kill it right there?
Yeah, I mean, because it's I hate when I hear the two trade. And they also
Let me say this. How about this?
Okay.
Let me say this. Okay. One thing that I come from, and the reason why I am in the position I am in terms of being an entrepreneur and a self-made person, is because one saying that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said was that you have to have knowledge of self to do for self. And you're not going to sit around and wait for others to do for you what you can do for yourself. And I think the reality of that is going to come and hit certain segments of the population like a ton of bricks. And at least this segment that you're talking about, we've been there before and we've overcome. We're going to be fine.
All right. I'm going to rebut that a little
Go
bit.
for it. Yeah, I like it.
Because
we're keeping it kind of general, not
no. But
so
one of the departments that they want to do completely away with is the Department of Education.
Of course they do.
There's a lot of people who became teachers.
Yes.
And have
including my daughter.
Well, my parents, they were able to raise us. I mean, on a teacher's salary, which wasn't a lot, but it was good. It was a good amount. It allowed them, and they weren't going to get rich being teachers. At one point in time in this country, one of the best things that a person of color could be is a teacher,
an educator.
Yes. So a lot of that was the pathway to middle class.
Yes.
Was to become a teacher, an educator, and you got a nice salary. You got people looked at you like you're an important part of the community, and you're able to raise a family, buy houses, do all sorts. So a lot of people took that path and are still on that path. What happens if they cut out the whole Department of Education?
Well, they're not going to cut it totally out. I mean,
they want to eradicate it, or better yet, how do you say that? Take the funds that go into public schooling and put it into charter schools. How many people in the inner city are going to be able to take advantage of that? So there's going to be a lot of hurt here.
Yes, there is.
And then most of it is going to be felt very more significantly, by a couple of groups of people than other groups of people.
Okay.
which is just something when everybody's talking about how great it's going to be to to have less regulation and have all the fat trimmed from the budget. Think about the people who benefit from where that stuff is and where they want to cut it.
I'm on two sides of this.
Mhm.
I'm on two sides of this, and I get that part.
Okay.
But then also at the same time, I'm wondering how well education at this point is servicing those in those communities. I do feel sorry for the teachers in elementary schools, but here we are in the age of AI, and we know that that's going to disrupt that segment in general anyway.
Yeah, there's no way of getting around a certain amount of disruption.
Right? That's one. Then B, I mean, how many, like I said, my daughter's in these inner city schools. And one of the things she's like, it's so amazing how many people are in. She's in high school teaching. And it's amazing. She's like, how many of our young men can't read? And they've been pushed through that same system. And the reason why they get pushed through that same system is because that system is funded by government, and it's just about the numbers. And if the numbers slow, their finances slow, right? So they're not really trying to educate these children to their best ability. So I don't really know what's going to come out of the other side of this, but I'm also at the same time not really very happy with what our children are being subject to at this stage either.
Yeah,
So,
no, I agree, but where does the, I don't want to say blame. I think there's multiple reasons why it's as it is. Part of it is those folks, in those particular kinds of school districts, they might get resources, but do they get the right resources?
No, they don't.
So what's going to happen when all resources go away?
It's just going to be interesting.
It's not.
But here's what I'm going to tell you. Well, no, I'm not going to tell you that.
Let's see what Amber has to say. Oh yeah, she said she feels sorry. I mean, and like I said, I'm a product of two teacher. Well, my dad was a vice principal. My parents and my sister was a teacher. My niece was a teacher.
We need to start having those types of charter schools in those inner cities.
I think there have been some.
Yeah. So we need to make that a priority. Why is there enough economy to support a gun store, a church, and a liquor store on every damn corner in the hood, but I can't support a school?
Yeah, well, that's because we're not getting we're pulling up because we know we could get really deep on that one.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I know that there are resources that need to be rechanneled to the right things.
And guess what happens when you cut stuff like Department of Education out?
What?
The funds that get cut were the least the funds that were available to those folks
go to.
But now when you cut it, they get distributed to another area.
Yeah.
So it's not. I know there are a lot of people who are saying this is going to be good. It ain't going to be good for some folks.
Look, it ain't going to be good for America.
Well, I would say that too.
All right.
But some folks are like, no, it's going to be great for America.
Well, good luck with that. Because here's the thing. What I don't think enough people really understand, is that after a while, after a point, you can put the railroad tracks and you can live on one side of the track and the other side of the track. But at some point, if you don't watch out for the things on the other side of the track, it's going to affect your side of the track. So you at some level, there will be balance. It's going to happen. You can swing the pendulum all you want, but it swings back at you.
Not for the very tippity top.
Well, I mean, the tippity top is not the ones that matter.
Oh,
The
they're the
ticketing-
ones that control what's going to happen.
Well, they control it as long as you put them in those chairs.
Well, and guess what
when they're-
happened? They're in those chairs now.
Now, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, if you don't service those people that put you in this leadership in the right way, and those things start trickling down, they're gonna push back on it. Anyway, man, I'm telling you, it's a bad thing that's rolling in, possibly, but it could be the best thing ever. Could be.
What are you going to Waffle House tonight for dinner?
Is that
what's going on?
Is that where? That's not really weird.
Waffles? You're serving me waffles right now? Is that what's
I'm
going
not
on?
serving you waffles, but one day we'll get into it, and we can get into it in this, show.
Now you got me hankering for some Waffle House. Smothered, what is it? Smothered, covered, and something else. Splattered.
It depends on how you like them.
Scattered, smothered, and covered. Is that?
I like mine's just scattered, smothered, and covered. Yes.
What about splattered?
No. There's no splatter. So you need to go to Waffle House more.
I've been there in a long time.
Oh, that's sad.
No, I haven't really wanted to see fights and stuff.
Oh, there's no fights at the Waffle House, bro. Come on. Don't believe the hype. The fights only happen after 2 a.m. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't happen every day. It's after, look at all the fights and you'll see it's dark outside.
Well, I guess that's true.
Yeah, exactly. That's some solace for you. Okay. There you go.
Anyway, we are at the top of the hour. Let's do a plug for next Friday noon.
Yes, absolutely. Next Friday at noon, we are doing a very, very special episode with our crew at the Small Business. What do we call it? Small Business?
It's called, the show is Small Business Breakdown from
Small Business Breakdown for Small Business Trends. So look for it at noon, Black Friday. We are going to bring our favorite Black Friday deals. And if you've got a Black Friday deal that you found and should be shared with the public, then bring it to that show. And if we find yours to be a really hot one, you might actually get to join us on the panel.
Yeah, you could talk to Calder Rice.
They talk to me all the time. They all right, but
like I said, I'm being nice today, so stay away.
Yeah.
Alan, won't people still be out shopping? We're going to be helping them. That's right. We're giving them tips.
Yeah. I mean, look, you don't need to be home we're on this. We're on their phone. We're with you while you shop.
Yeah, Alan, if you have a good deal that you want to share with the folks, let us know. We'll bring it on and we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not anything related to the Jets or something.
You get her comment before?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I did. But we didn't talk about it. So she said, it's a she, right?
Yeah.
You know her. Okay. In Florida, they are pushing vouchers and the public school dollars is going to private school. Exactly. Unfortunately, the vouchers don't cover the entire tuition cost. Once again, so there's going to be a financial burden on folks who couldn't even afford, just to make it the regular school, public school.
Yeah. So once we get out there and the actual factual stuff starts working and all the promises are being made and you're like, this is bullshit. I thought it was supposed to be great, and it's bullshit. People are going to respond. And so they're going to have to respond. They're going to have to really make it work and make it work for all of us, or it's going to be a problem. You can't make America work for half of America. You can't do that. It only worked during slavery because the other half of America worked for you with no pay. And unless you get to that point again, this ain't going to work. It has to work for everybody. Your policies can't work for half the country. That's why we had the election we just had, because people felt like the policies only worked for one half of the country. Can't work.
I don't think it was as easy and as simple as that.
Okay.
At least not from a financial standpoint. There are some people that were driven by more than just the finances on this thing here.
Yeah, but I mean, to tilt the scale,
Put it like this. Let me tell you this.
tell me.
We're gonna see we live in Georgia. You're gonna talk about the South will rise again. We're gonna see all sorts of Confederate statues coming back. That has absolutely nothing to do with finances.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
That's because, well, we know this because,
We'll see.
and a lot of people were driven by that.
We'll see. I mean, that identity politics, is that what they call that? Or racism politics?
Confederate
We'll see. I can't wait to see because it's going to be a fight. And if that's what you want, let's fight. Because here's the thing, man. I mean, we got to do the right thing. Righteousness is going to win.
Damn, you went Spike Lee.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I mean, look, it's going to win.
I would love to be in
Or
that corner
we're
and
going
think
to
that.
all go down in flames. So that's the other option. We got two options here.
Well, I think I know I'm going to get my asbestos suit out.
You better get your asbestos suit out.
Because I think that some people think that they can have it their way and we get everything and y'all get nothing. I do believe there are a certain faction of people who think like that.
I'm sure they do. But what they don't understand is that when they're talking about that, they ain't trying to give it to the poor and the middle class of any of these colors.
Yeah, Alan is
Man,
right. It's
all
other.
of us.
It's otherness. This whole thing was about
Yes.
you're not one of us.
Yep.
This could have been like the Kendrick Lamar.
And I could
election.
talk about that all day.
No, but we can't do that right now.
I could talk about it all day.
We can't do that right now.
No, why Kendrick Lamar's song is so came out so strong.
Oh,
Because the deal is he could have said, "You're not like me." And that song would have never blew up. But he changed it to "They're not like us."
yeah. When you bring the collective in,
You
it
bring up the
becomes way more
collective in.
power.
Right. Well, and that works.
It
That
works
works.
for songs. I'm not sure if it works for. I would love to believe. Look, I would absolutely love to believe you, but
We've been here already, Brent.
and what we're going back. We're going backwards though. It's not like we're stacking on
Are
gains.
we?
We're going backwards. I
Are
think
we
so.
really?
When
know
you
what?
start seeing things like rights being stripped from people,
Sometimes you have to back the bus up because it didn't run over the damn thing hard enough. I'm telling you. Look, anyway, I'm not as worried as other people. And you know what a lot of you people need to do is turn off your TV because the TV lied to you before the election.
Oh, no, that's true.
Okay?
Oh, everybody
They
running around
lied.
listening to or watching certain TV shows.
They lied to you. They told
got
you
the
it was-
surprise of their
They
life.
told you it was close. This is just a slow. They lied to you, and I don't like being lied to. And
What
you
about-
can't lie to me twice.
What about like the couple of days before Iowa? She's leading him in Iowa. Remember people
Yeah.
getting all excited.
They
Oh my
lied to
God,
you.
it's gonna be a blue wave or
And you
something.
need to, and you guys need to realize that I'm still getting. My inbox they keep asking me for money. I'm like, hell no, I
Oh
ain't
yeah, I'm
giving you
still
no
getting
money.
those things. I'm
not giving you a
still getting-
damn dime. I gave you money. You screwed it up. You go away. Go away. It's time for new leadership.
SB.
How many generations is it going to take? One. Not even one. You ain't even get. What are you recovering from?
What are you recovering from?
Yeah, what are we recovering from? We lost an election.
Let's put it like this. When LBJ put back-to-back Civil Rights Act and Voting Rights Act in 1964, do you remember? Well, you don't remember.
No,
But
I don't remember.
at
You
the-
remember. I know. Go ahead.
at the time,
Tell us, Brett.
at the time, most Southerners were Democrats.
Yeah.
And when he pushed that, and he was a Democrat from Texas. But when he pushed that through, he said, this is gonna set back, our Democrats for a generation."
Uh-huh.
That was 60 years ago. If I'm not mistaken, there's been multiple generations since then.
Okay.
So this stuff the gains that are rolled back do not come back easily. And that's why I'm kind of skeptical about certain things. Who would have thought we'd still be fighting over stuff like women having the right to do whatever they want with their body? Because 1973 or 4, they had that right. You usually don't get rights ripped away from you. And I would not be surprised if some of the voting rights stuff goes away.
We'll
Those
see.
are hard gotten gains.
We'll see.
And there are a certain, I'm not saying all the folks that are coming on board like this, but there is a certain faction of them.
I'm just saying, I am not the 60s Negro.
No, you are a 60-year-old Negro.
I'm a 60-year-old Negro, but I'm not the 60s Negro. We're not the 60s Negroes. We're not we're not the 60s middle class, because that didn't even exist back then.
But
I'm
look,
telling you, it's just not the same game.
You know what?
Look. Here's
agree
one thing.
with you.
I just want to say, yeah, please do that.
I
But
agree with
I don't want people to roll back their thinking. You might see these guys rolling into office, but you can't roll back the way you can't make me unthink where I'm at. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, you're not going to get that. It's not going to happen. You need to stop that. Y'all need to stop that shit.
Here's where I'm
going to tell all of y'all, stop that shit.
Here's where I'm going to agree with you, but for a completely opposite reason.
For opposite reason?
You are not the 60s Negro.
Right.
Those folks really did the work.
Mm-hmm.
Those folks suffered and marched and bled and got dogs I was going to say sick on them, but I don't know what the word is. All to get us to a certain level.
To get to a dream.
No, at least to get us the ability to vote.
No. It was a dream because it had never existed before. It was a dream.
The ability to vote and to have our own people will be able to win elections and be represented and make laws and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So, yeah, those people, in my opinion, they were better than us. You know how they talk about the greatest generation?
Mm.
They were part of that greatest generation. For
Only
me.
Because they were
just for me.
They were under pressure. We have no idea what this generation.
But these folks, you're right. But these folks knew that they weren't going to see it. They were doing it for our generations to come.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure that we have done the greatest job of shepherding this stuff. Well, I'm just saying as in general. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I'm just saying generally speaking.
I mean, hey, brother, seriously, we're 8 years past having a black president. We can't discount all of our I'm gonna tell you.
I'm not discounting.
No, we can't discount because I was just thinking about this, this hip hop generation, I'm not saying I can't compare the two generations because the world was totally different, but we kicked some ass. All right. I don't take anything away from the things that we accomplished in our times.
But you know what? That generation wouldn't have been able to do what they did without those folks.
Of course. And this generation won't be able to do what they're about to do without us.
I don't know what that is.
Here's the thing, bro. I do find this to be a little bit disconcerting as I've become
that pronunciation.
Disconcerting as we've become the elders.
Okay.
I'm finding that people are shitting on Generation Z the way people shit on us as Generation X. And you can't do that. Nobody would have expected us to do what we've done over the 60 years I've been on this planet. And I want to engage and encourage this next generation to be and do all the great things that I know they're capable of doing and they're going to do. I'm telling you.
I'll say that I think they are capable. I can't say that I know they're going to do that. There are a lot of people that
It takes faith. That's why I was saying it's a dream.
Well, yeah.
It has to be a dream. And there's no way that those people that were getting dogs, listen, there's no way that those people that were getting dogs sicked on them and water hoses thrown at them, they were sitting there going like, yeah, we're going to give birth to the hip hop generation.
Of course not.
They don't fucking know.
Of course not.
But they had no idea.
They were doing what they were doing so that they had the opportunity to do whatever it was they decided to do.
Exactly. And that's what your job is today, sir.
My job is to be very realistic and say, why have we lost ground today that was hard and gained and fought for and bled for? And for some reason, a certain percentage of folks decided, we're going to throw our lot in with this guy who is absolutely promising to roll a lot of the stuff back that our people fought and bled and shed tears for. That's a big question. Why are there some, and look, I don't want to blow it out of proportion because I do believe the media has played a ridiculous role in this by highlighting the few instead of really putting it into the wider perspective, because that whole thing about black men running for Trump, there was a percentage of it. Right? We can't ignore it, because what black women, I think, were 92-7 for Kamala, and black men were 78-20. They focused so hard on that 20 that it made it feel like the 20 was the 78. And I'm sure that a lot of the people that were looking at that were like, damn, well, I guess I better go along with them. So the media plays a role in this, but there are some people that, you remember that, I think it was a line from a PE, every brother ain't a brother, that kind of thing, that kind of thought process. We couldn't get behind the woman of color, because we are threatened because we want to be the ones up front and we want to be the ones in the lead. I mean, one thing we can say about the 60s, they did not let women become leaders. That was a big flaw in that whole thing. And
that's the whole flaw of this election.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's one of those unfortunate repeated cadences, I guess, from 60 years that did follow through, which I wish we had learned a lesson, because maybe we wouldn't be in this situation if we only, were able to let go of some of that machismo stuff and just say, look, who's going to be better for us? Who's going to be the one who we can actually be throw our lot in and has a little bit of something that we can share with them, as opposed to, well, this guy, he's the leader, he's going to take it to them. What the hell does all that mean? Anyway, I really didn't mean to go off on that.
Oh, well, you can't just cut it off now.
Let's see what Amber is saying. We as a whole have not done what was necessary to stay organized. True. We do not have a chance. We do have a chance and opportunity to strengthen. That's true.
That's right.
All of that is true.
Let me just tell you, look, leaders are not born, leaders are not birthed until there is a need for leadership.
Yeah, so there are no natural born leaders, or
I'm saying that there are naturally born leaders, but they don't get brought up until the situation,
the time is needed.
Right. Yeah, until the followers are ready to follow that leader.
Yeah.
And that's what you had happen with Donald Trump. He was raised up as a leader when they were looking for somebody to follow.
No.
Unfortunate.
There's a certain group,
but that's who he is. So now his leadership is going to drive the need for the anti-leadership that's going to be birthed in our time.
I don't know about our time.
Well, I'm not saying our time. Yeah, I might be gone from here by then, but that's
Yeah.
okay. I ain't even mad about that part at this point. I'm
No.
old.
Yeah,
I'm
we're both
old.
old. We're old, and what goes on now the full impact won't be for years to come. So
I'm just here to support this next generation and what they want to do for themselves. That's what I want.
well, what they want to do is be social media influencers.
And not really, man. There's so many. I'm telling you, I think this is going to galvanize the okay. We'll see. We'll see.
I would love to believe. Don't get me wrong. I would love to believe it.
You have to have faith, man.
I don't.
You got to believe.
Believe in what?
The dream. If not now, then when?
I see. I hope I am absolutely wrong with the pessimism.
Yeah, please be. I hope you are too.
I really do.
I know you do.
What I see out there, and maybe it's because I'm in the bubble and I don't see the biggest, widest picture, but I see everybody. I mean, I go to YouTube now. Something has happened. They did something to those algorithms, because when I go to YouTube now on my homepage, now I watch a lot of those reaction videos. I watch of course Prince, a lot of Prince stuff, a lot of like with that Real Crime where they had the cop camera turned on, and I watch a lot of that. And I watch some the gold digger kind of stuff. Like up to like this past week, something happened. So whenever I go to my YouTube homepage now, I'm getting all sorts of like women, scantily clad women videos popping up, and yeah, it is surprising, like the stuff that is all of a sudden started showing up. And it shouldn't have come from me watching reaction videos and the stuff I watch, but all of a sudden, like YouTube shorts with, women gyrating and stuff. It's unbelievable what's coming up now in my YouTube homepage.
Wow, that's weird.
I just noticed it.
I don't know what rabbit hole you went down into.
Like I said, I tell you straight up, you look at my history, it's mostly reaction videos.
That's crazy.
And stuff like all of a sudden, and watching those crime, when people getting pulled over and acting a fool when they're getting arrested and stuff like that. I for whatever reason, I like to watch that stuff. But all of a sudden, it's like all this skin. Maybe it's because of the gold digger thing.
Maybe.
But it's gotten overwhelming, all the stuff it's recommending for me.
They're testing you. They're like, hey, if he liked this, maybe he'll like that. Let's throw a bunch of that out there, and then let's see.
All right, so Amber, we'll leave with Amber. Amber says this election did push some buttons of the next generation. They are not satisfied. Plus, they need guidance. And I can agree with all of that too.
They do. And I mean, you guys have to remember what it was like for us. I mean, we didn't care. We went through the Reagan generation. None of us sitting around like really being engaged in what was going on, and it went on, right? We had Reagan, and then we had Bush, and it wasn't until the 90s really that we got engaged. And sometimes that's what it takes, man.
Well, I'll say this about that, and maybe we should wrap it up. But I remember the 80s, and I remember when Reagan won that election in 1980. Now, I was like 12, 13 or something like that.
You didn't care.
So I didn't care. But you know what? I felt it because everyone around me, all the adults were like, this is like the worst thing that ever happened.
Yes, oh, Lord, this is going to be the worst.
So I started feeling like, oh my God, what's going to happen to us? I mean, I really did start feeling that. But when you look back on it, it's like, shoot, nothing really terrible happened. I don't recall any. Were there any wars or anything? I mean,
well, yeah,
actually, bad inflation. I mean,
crack happened.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just say no and all that kind of stuff. But it wasn't nearly as what I thought. I thought like the world was going to end.
I
you know,
know.
the way
Yeah.
that they were. But I say that because even going through what's going on with Trump, I got the people. I felt like there was a lot of people that have that same feeling.
Yeah.
The difference is to be that as bad as Reagan and Bush and all those dudes were back then, they ain't in the same league as this guy.
Yeah, but they're running in the same game. So
No,
unless
this
they're going to
guy
change,
he's
unless
old,
they're
he's
unless
a
they're going
new
to
thing.
change, unless they're going to change all the rules, I don't think it's going to matter.
Well, they are trying to change. Remember that Project 2025? A lot of those folks that wrote that
are in
his cabinet.
Bro, I'm telling you, you gotta look. It's just not going to happen.
They're going to try. Some of this stuff is
They're going to try everything.
Yeah, and some of it is going to get
and some
through.
of it is going to get through.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know how bad the stuff is that will get through, but there's a whole bunch. It's not just him. He's putting the folks in place that have architected that thing.
Yeah.
He's just the enabler of that. He's not I don't think he has it all up here to put all that stuff together. But he got elected, and the folks that got him elected are putting their chips down, and he's like, all right, he's a very transactional. He's a very transactional guy.
He's got 2 years to convince America. Let's see if he can do it.
He's going to get some of that stuff.
Yeah, he will. He absolutely will.
Yeah. You know what? I told somebody, I forget what show this was. I was like, if he really wanted to throw, Black America a bone to keep them off his back a little,
which he will do.
Make the District of Columbia a state. If he did that little thing,
I don't see that happening.
But I'm saying if he did that,
no,
that would at least justify a little something for those clowns that voted for him.
That
I guess I shouldn't say clowns, but
that won't happen.
I didn't say it would happen. I'm saying if he had real seriousness to say, all right, I'm going to take this, but to appease them to a certain extent, let's do that.
No,
that would be at least something. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying if he wanted to do something, he could do that, but he won't.
Well, anyway, it's going to be interesting, and we've got plenty of weeks to talk about it. If I care.
Yeah,
I'm not caring that much
because I ain't watching none of the TV.
Me either.
Only stuff that gets through is somehow I get a notification and I'm like, damn, I gotta look at this. All right. So is that it?
All right. That's enough for now. I'm gonna go eat my dinner.
I hope digital revenue is still obtainable. It will be. I'm pretty confident about that.
Me too.
I hope global connections won't become harder for average Americans.
I don't think so.
Depends on what you mean by average Americans.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true too.
Anyway, we will, hopefully you will join us on Black Friday for a little deal or no deal.
Noon. That's noon at Black Friday.
Noon.
So be looking for us, guys.
Yeah, we'll be putting some promos
on our
out.
Channels.
And have a great weekend and a great Thanksgiving day, and then join us Black Friday.